Buenos dias, mis amigos. We're Faye, Rob, and Yewy the dog, and you join us bright and early as we navigate the Río Guadiana. This week we go fishing as we continue our voyage through southern Spain to charming Mazagon and Rota. But for now, enjoy the stunning sunrise. Good morning from Ayamonte / Villarreal. So over there, Spain. Over there, Portugal. Which means our phones have no idea what time zone to be on or stay on. They keep changing, which meant planning the tides was interesting, and then my alarm went off an hour early because it changed time zones in the middle of the night. We are coming out of the river shortly. We're going to be eyeing the breakwater and the water beyond it quite closely. I think we got a bit of the heebie-jeebies after coming in here, but should be a lot more pleasant on the way out. But yeah.
And in addition, we're watching depth. Very, very shallow. There's a massive sandbar just coming out of Ayamonte, and we're on a spring tide today, a lowering spring tide at that. If we wanted to leave at the time we wanted to kind of, do all of this safely this morning, or kind of ideal, it would have been 4 in the morning, would have been dark. I don't know what's better, leaving on the high tide and in the dark, or leaving at half tide and being able to see where you're going. We've opted for the latter. But yeah, I think Faye said it, it was such an ordeal getting in here, you kind of build it up, so we're a nervous crew this morning, but in 20 minutes we'll either be stuck on a sandbar or we'll be out in the Atlantic.
Absolutely pretty as a picture this morning. Lovely sunrise, so many different colours, all reflected in the water obviously. The boat ahead of us, just been keeping an eye on it. It's past the breakwater now, and it seems to be staying upright. It's not going crazy like we were, so fingers crossed. We're just keeping ourselves nicely in the channel because there's loads of shallows around here, and we think they shift around a little bit as well.
They shift around a lot.
Or at least the voyage has shifted about a bit. You can feel it pushing and pulling a little bit on reach out, but it's all good. It's all good. And it looks like the water changes again in, I don't know, we'll be there in about 5 minutes and it should flatten out lovely. 2 meters under the keel at the moment. It's been shallower than that coming out of there. Apparently we're not moving. I think we're moving now.
We are moving, yeah. We're moving at 7 knots.
Yeah, it was hitting 8 before. 1.3 now. 1.2. This is why part of why we were really worried coming in, because obviously the bigger the wave, the more you're getting buoyed up and down. You were really worried about the keel bumping the bottom, which it did not. But yeah, nervous as well as going all over the shop, holding onto the dog. And that's the final channel marker.
I'm sure plenty of people have had smooth passages into Ayamonte over the years, but you get the wrong conditions, spring tide and really strong wind, that is a fruity place to be, trust me. So we are out now. Navionics wants us to do a 90 degree and just continue in the 2 meter shallows. Don't think so. Let's get some sea room, let's get a little bit of depth. Not too much depth, because we are now in Orca Disneyland, the Bay of Cadiz, Orca Disneyland. So we need to be keeping our wits about us for that as well.
Ah, the black and white meanies. Yeah, constantly scanning the horizon. I've got my binoculars ready. I've got all my my orca toolkit for banging things and making noise. I'm hoping that the orca nightmares stop once we get to Gibraltar, because I've had too many to count.
Anyway, where are we going? We are going to a place called Mazagon, probably not how you pronounce it. 34 miles east along the coast. We were doing great speed with the spring tide out of Ayamonte, did 6.5 miles in the first hour. We've dropped down to 5.6 knots now. Genoa had to go away because it was too flappy, and I'm thinking about taking the main down. Because it's doing that. 5 different weather forecasts. The one that has been favouring very light winds has always been the one that's been consistently correct. You do hope that the more pessimistic forecasts are correct, but haven't been for the last couple of weeks. So we've got next to bugger all, really. You know what will happen? We'll come into berth and it'll come up to 30 knots later on. It's just the way it is. It's the laws of the sea.
It is forecast about 5 o'clock to properly ramp up.
Aye, well, we're going to be in by then, hopefully. So we're motoring again. Well, motor sailing, if you can count that as sailing. We'll see. We'll get there. Mazagon, Mazagon, Mazagón.
We got a fish!
It's only taken 1,500 or 2,000 miles. Right, let's land it.
And check out our mackerel fillets, waiting to be pin boned. I was just commenting how they're so much darker than the mackerel that we caught in Scotland, because it's a different species, is it not?
Yeah, I believe these are Atlantic mackerel, hence the kind of green colour to them. But yeah, this place is tremendous. It is €18.99 a night. That's officially the cheapest place we've stayed at since we left England. Well, the cheapest place we've stayed at, full stop. And then the dinner's free as well, you know, so I like this place.
Yes. Look at that colour, it's amazing.
Good girl.
There was a beautiful dog-friendly beach right next to the marina, and as a good game of fetch is one of Yewy's favourite things, it would be rude not to.
Come on.
Yewy, get here.
Our dog is so well trained.
Get here. Get here. Good girl. Hey, look. Look. No, it's the other one. You don't want a drink of fresh water.
You can
I
lead
think you
it.
need a drink of fresh water. It's a swamp monster.
You can lead a Yewy to water. You can't make her drink it.
The upside of early starts are the wonderful sunrises. But before we can sit back and enjoy the view, we need to tidy the lines and fenders.
Have a look at where the little Sammy fenders live. Sammy with an I, Sammy with a Y. And little Sam.
doing?
Right away.
Another early start. Mazagon. Who's heard of it?
Not me.
Mazagon, obviously. It's not Mazagon. Never heard of it. Lovely place. Really nice marina. Clean facilities.
Cheap.
€18.99 a night. The fuel, I don't know whether they got that wrong. The fuel worked out €1.15 a litre. And yes. Anyway, we stayed an extra day. We had a bit of a mooch around the town. It was nice, wasn't it?
It was nice. Yeah.
But it's good to leave. We need to go down towards Cadiz today. So we've got 44 miles to do southeast, and we're going to go to a harbour called Rota. We're only going to be there for a night or two. We're not really going to go into Cadiz.
Because we're nearly there.
We're nearly there. We just want to get there, man. We were talking earlier this morning when it was pitch black at 7:45. We are tired.
You're in Gibraltar. We would do it.
Yeah, we're just knackered, man. It's been 5.5 months now. I was talking to a cruiser yesterday, or the day before, a Dutch guy who they're going down to meet the Ark in the Canary Islands, which we've met quite a few boats doing the same thing. So they're all going around the world. Tremendous. And we were commenting, you know, his dad had sailed around the world 18 years ago, and his dad had told him, he says, look, the hard part is the English Channel, and then the next hardest part is Brittany, and then the next hardest part is northern Spain and Portugal, and then the hard part's done. Then you just got to point your boat opposite direction of the trade winds, and it's a war just of attrition. You know, how long can you just keep looking at the same sea state and stuff? And he's right. This sail has been bruising. Mm-hmm. It's been bruising on us. Yeah. It's been bruising on the boat. And now, after like 5.5 months, I think it's taken us. So we've taken quite a leisurely pace. We just want to get there. We just want this to be done for now.
A bit of stability.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Stu would ask me, any recreational sails planned? No, none. We're not going sailing for a bit once we get there.
We have never just gone for a sail. We've never left the marina, gone for a sail and gone back to the same marina.
No, we haven't actually, have we?
Other than when we did our training.
Yeah.
So that was it.
That is true.
Since leaving,
we're just too nomadic, man. Too nomadic. Anyway, there's a bit of an insight into the minds of two wretched sailors who've been on the seas.
Grubby sailors.
For a while. Well, we are behind Europe's second longest breakwater, so the conditions are quite benign at the moment. No swell. There's no wind. We're not expecting any wind. Although everyone knows in the afternoon the wind blows, regardless of what the forecast says. So maybe we'll get the tail end of that later on. And yeah, I mean, like this kind of swell we can handle.
Yeah.
Actually, we can handle a lot of swell because we've eaten a lot this year. But what I was going to say is the mackerel have started biting all of a sudden. Tremendous Atlantic mackerel. They're quite green.
So tasty.
They are so tasty. We had some on a salad the other night. So I'm going to use the next 8 hours to fish.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
To edit.
Breakwater goes on for miles and miles. Oh, I'm going to have Right Said Fred stuck in my head all day now. Oh, my love. Oh, this is what I like, baby. Looking good.
We might have a fish. Woohoo.
That's a fish for sure.
Yes. There's some nice mackerel.
I think it's only a mackerel or we've slowed the boat down. Yeah, that's a big one. Just coming into the marina now, and of course the wind has started. It happens every single time we come into a marina. No wind all day, little bit in the afternoon, if you're lucky, and then as soon as you come into a marina, it'll blow an absolute hoolie again. So looking forward to this. Ooh, we have some bread,
We do.
a margarita, and a beer.
The bread did not come with the drinks.
Why do you have sliced bread?
Because we need it for the morning, and that's all the shop had. It's Sunday, nothing's open.
Right, so now we're going to carry it around with us all day.
It's lucky bread.
Lucky bread. We eat croquetas. These ones are with a berwick or ham.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're probably like hotter than the sun.
Dip. Is it hot? Is it nice? Oh, we love them. And croquetas with chuleta, some Basque meat with little patatas bravas, or just patatas, and some padron peppers. Oh. Good girl. There you go. How'd you rate the American ham, Yewy? They used to bring a trays of this in Gijón.
They did.
Gijón, they brought the dog American ham.
That's because she's El Perito.
Now that she's Portuguese, we've got to buy it.
Yewy, why can't you eat while sitting down?
I can. I can't.
Of all the ports we visited this season, and there have been many, Rota was an instant hit, capturing our hearts with whitewashed streets, tiled alleyways, and spacious squares. The vibe was relaxed, friendly, and thanks to the naval base nearby, rather international. We spent our time enjoying tapas and taking Yewy to the beach. The old town was particularly charming, especially at night when the Castillo de Luna was illuminated. We hope you enjoyed crewing with us again, sailors. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Or buy us a beer. Link in the description. And as always, my nautical friends, fair winds.